Hi, this is David with the Discount Dragon, and we're here with another garden-related episode about giant beans. We did a thrift store episode where we found this gigantic seed pod, like yay big. We're going to show it to you in a second. Then we looked it up, we found out what it was, and we have decided to grow it. Now, welcome to our shed of disorganization. Get this junk out of the way. Wow. Okay, so we're here in our shed of disorganization, and this is our progress so far.
Oh.
We have cut 3 giant beans out of this thing.
Hold it up so we can see it.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Giant beans. 1, 2, 3.
look at how huge the bean
And this
pod.
isn't even a big one. The big ones are like this tall. So this is, I guess on the puny side. But for me, it was amazing. It is the giantest legume in the world. And as soon as I saw it was the largest legume in the world, I was like, the largest? I gotta do that. So the first step with this is to cut the seed out of the seed case. It's not exactly like shelling peas. So I've got a Dremel here.
I'm glad we both have the mouth dust cover protection.
Yeah, the dust cover mask thing would be good.
All right, let's
okay,
look at
so
this.
here we are, we're popping it out. This may not be the perfect way to do any of this stuff, as usual with all our videos. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Okay, so there's our seed casing. You can kind of see
Okay.
maybe 1/16 of an inch thick. Save those. Here's our seed. It's got a little bit of the seed casing on it, so you don't.
I was wondering if you have to scrape that off.
You don't have to. I mean, it's really just a aesthetic thing. I'm scraping it off because one of the other seeds was cracked, so I'm just getting a good view of the surface to see what we're dealing with. So it
Look
is
at the
a
size of
gigantic
that.
bean,
Wow.
kind of heart-shaped, but really cool. Now these are kept as good luck charms, and one of the things that I find very, very strange is that it's a good luck charm. People keep them like throughout Africa and in like tropical countries. And I've seen this quoted twice, that the good luck starts up to 2 hours after you get the charm. It's like, does that make any sense? It's like, it's a good luck charm. It's like, why should there be like a time delay on it? Or I've never heard anything like that from any other sort of superstition, but I guess don't.
Well, it looks like I'm having good luck in 2 hours.
Somebody stole my charm. So what we're doing next, let's see, where they go? No, I think I might have taken them inside. But what we're doing next is we are drilling a hole in the end. There's a little nub here, so I assume you drill a hole on this end, and then you just plop it in here, and we're going to be soaking 4 of these seeds with saran wrap here to give it kind of a greenhouse effect for about a day or 2, and then we put it in moist soil, which we'll be doing in a later video. Or maybe we won't even bother, we'll just maybe come back when they're sprouting. But the reason that you do that is because this is designed to float around the ocean, sometimes for decades, until it lands on somebody's beach and starts growing. But it doesn't do that automatically. It has to be scarified or the surface has to be damaged to where the water can start seeping in because it's watertight. So if it's been chewed by aquatic animals or battered against the rocks, eventually it gets to where the water can get in and it can start growing. So we're just like shortcutting it by drilling a hole on this end. Be very careful because the inner part of the seed is pressed right up against the surface. So you're going to be drilling down about a 1/16 of an inch.
And this is what happens when you live by the highway and the helicopters come in and randomly disrupt your video.
Okay, so anyway, you drill down very carefully so you don't drill into the live seed itself. What I did was I just took a drill bit and twisted it by hand, little by little, testing it, until you get down to the white surface of the seed. And then you're there. Take a look here.
Kind of looks like an Oreo cookie without the filling. Actually, I said it looks like a chestnut.
It does look like a chestnut.
And while David is rummaging through there, he actually made this out of a picture frame. Yay, look at that. So we have a little hole in the door.
Okay, so we're going to soak these. We got 3 others somewhere. I think I've misplaced them. But one thing I came across was, if you are going to do this yourself, which you're probably not, but if you are, I drill a little hole and then a little hole, and then use pliers or a little razor blade to kind of break through between the 2 holes. Because if you use a large drill bit and drill down until you see a decent opening, you're going to be drilling into the inner live seed. So I'm just hand drilling like this, using the drill bit in my hand, until I just barely touch the white part, and then do another one maybe 1/4 of an inch to the side, and then use a hacksaw to score between the 2, and then break that little bit away. That way you're giving yourself a decent hole for the water to get in, but you're not damaging the inner seed. So 24 to 48 hours, then we'll be planting this in a very moist soil and seeing what happens. And hopefully we'll have a giant 600-foot long beanstalk eventually, because these things just get to be immense. They grow through the jungle canopy, and they're about 15 inches around, which is probably about the diameter of this jug at the base. So you're talking something the size of a reasonable tree with a 600-foot vine. I mean, I don't know how long it takes.
And I'm sure our neighbors are going to love us.
Well, you know, in our lifetimes, it's not going to do that. But so this is the Jack-and-the-beanstalk magic bean experiment, and we will be back with the next episode. See you later.